What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? So, today, I'm going to get into something that I talk about a lot. I want to talk about emotional intelligence, right? I want to go over who has it, why you might have it, the traits that come with that, all that kind of stuff. You feel me? So, emotional intelligence, I feel, actually, no, not even I feel, this is just a fact. Is a very important trait to have, especially when you're trying to be romantically involved with somebody and you're trying to make the relationship last. You feel me? It's also good to have in any type of relationship, friendship or otherwise. Being able to understand other people's emotions is just, it's a life skill. You feel me? Not everybody has it. But I feel personally like sexually fluid individuals, people, I'm talking about girls, guys, whoever, are just more inclined to be more emotionally intelligent. You feel me? And something that goes hand in hand with that is empathy, right? I consider myself to be an empath just because, I've looked up the traits and it describes me to a T. I know other people who consider themselves to be the same. A lot of my closest relationships, friendships, otherwise, are all with people who are on that same wavelength with me. You feel me? We're able to understand each other's emotions. Because of that, we're able to communicate very effectively about how we feel. How, when arguments come up, how this made us feel, dissect that, get into it, all that kind of stuff. You feel me? So, right here, I got, what's this? Like 20 something traits of an empath, right? And we're gonna go through these real quick. So first, empaths are highly intuitive. Now, this is something that more recently with myself, I'm starting to trust my intuition more as far as, reading people, who to trust, who I, might be on that level with, you feel me? Like just recently I started talking to someone, right? And with him, objectively he's attractive, right? We met on Instagram, all that kind of stuff, slid in the DMs. But honestly, you could say kind of out of nowhere, we had been on and off talking, but there was like a point where I think maybe I was entangled with some other dudes who I knew it wasn't gonna be like that, but I was still, fucking with them for whatever reason. And when I was like done with that, I just felt like really drawn towards him, like really like pulled towards him like a magnet for whatever reason. I didn't know at the time, but just before that, I had watched a YouTube video about I'm not sure if she was a psychologist or I think she was a psychologist, but she was also like embedded in the spiritual realm. You feel me? So she was you say an expert on that kind of stuff, and she was talking about trusting your intuition, right? Now, me being pulled towards him is what I would call intuition. Like intuitively, I thought that we would vibe. You feel me? Just based off of his profile, like you get a sense for who people are based off of, what they post on their stories, all that kind of stuff. You feel me? So just based off of what I knew, like I felt very attracted towards him. And if y'all have seen my previous video on situationships, and I'm sure I've mentioned this in other videos, I know if I can be romantically attracted to someone based on like that first kiss. You feel me? I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that's the case for everybody, but that's been the case for me, right? And when we first linked, my intuition was confirmed. You feel me? Like we hit it off that first night. The energy was there. the intoxication, just like that, come here nigga type shit. Like that's the whole vibe. You feel me? Okay. So, number 2. Oh, this is actually interesting one. Love for nature and animals. Didn't know that. That seems a little specific. I know I for sure love nature and animals. Like that's my whole thing. Like I love wildlife. I got lizards. I got dogs back in LA. I got a fish tank. You feel me? And I love being outside. Like it's a beautiful ass day. Like y'all just, you feel me? The sun is shining. Skies is clear. Like this is what it's all about for me. You feel me? So. But that one's self-explanatory. It's a good indication of your level of empathy, I guess. Right? Actually, let me look at the details on that one. So like many empaths, you feel a profound connection to the natural world and animals, often seeking solace and inner peace with them. Inclined to have pets, as they love to give and receive unconditional love that comes from them. Natural. Okay. So, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Number 3. Crowded rooms are not for them. That's toss up. That doesn't necessarily describe me. Like I'm not. I mean, that doesn't say claustrophobic necessarily. Let me look at this real quick. So because empaths absorb so much energy from people, it can be hard for them to be in a crowded room or at a party. Actually, that does kind of make sense. I'm not a club person. I prefer to go on a hike or go skating or something. But when you skating, I feel like it's all good energy there. You rarely go to like a skate rink and have like negative vibes or anything like that, because the music's going, people are coming there to de-stress, have a good time, all that kind of stuff. So the energy is always good in that realm. But at the club, I'll say a lot of times people are trying to escape their feelings, right? That's why we drink, that's why we smoke, and you're gonna be doing both at the club. So I guess that's like a real life example of that. You feel me? Let's see. Let's do number 4. 4? Yeah, 1, 2. 3? Okay. 3, 4, lost track, whatever. We're just gonna call it number 4. It says, you feel strongly about certain causes. People would probably describe you as a fiercely passionate person. You feel very strongly about the causes that have meaning to you. Things, people, and situations move you. Sometimes your heart overflows with sadness and sorrow that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with your life. That's an interesting one. What y'all think about that? I'll say, in my case, well, this is a perfect example, right? I feel strongly about advocating for it's not even like a civil rights issue. It's more like y'all know the whole reason I do this, talk about sexuality, all this kind of stuff, is because I want being bi, fluid, whatever, I want this to be, a non-factor, a norm, not something that you have to come out for, or, just let people be who they are. And we ain't got to make a big deal about sexuality, right? That's my whole thing here, right? People are people, let them love who they love. All love is love. You feel me? So that's a cause I feel strongly about. I don't think that necessarily is a uniquely empathic trait, because I'm sure, people get passionate about all kinds of shit, right? let's see, moving on. Number 5, your need for alone time. This is for show me. So it says, need for alone time. To recharge and maintain your emotional equilibrium, you require regular periods of solitude to disconnect from the emotional world. Yes. This is another one that I feel like might not be uniquely empathic, but no, actually, when you're in touch with your emotions, you know when you need to like step away from certain people or situations, right? That kind of stuff. So yeah, like definitely need your alone time, recharge your social battery, right? That's like a common phrase, because people be bugging, right? This is for those energies that you encounter that are not in line with yours, but you have to deal with them anyways. You know, whether you're at work or a social gathering or whatever, you got a friend that don't fuck with this person, or you don't fuck with this person, but your friend fucks with them. That kind of shit. You feel me? Or, you know, relationships. Your baby, your boo, your nigga, whoever gets on your nerves, you need time to step away, collect yourself, and come back. All right? Okay. Number 6, people come to you for help. This also definitely describes me. Now it says, as an intuitive empath, you may find that people often come to you for healing, both physical and emotional. That makes sense. When it says physical healing, I think sex, because, I mean, good sex is definitely gonna get you where you need to be to a certain extent. But I think sex, just because like people coming to you for physical healing, that's like something you go to a physical therapist for, that's their job. It's not, you know, necessarily empathic, but emotional help. In my case, a lot of my people come to me for advice, mainly, you know, people I'm closest to, my cousins, my friends in the past. It's mainly my cousins, especially my cousin Whitney, my cousin Ray. Like we talk about everything. You feel me? But my people know that I'm a good listener. My people know that I'm there to help them. I'm there for them. You feel me? So anyone who's a good listener, naturally you're inclined to go to them for help, especially because being a good listener, I feel like, is a somewhat rare trait. You know, not everybody is as inclined to hear other people out. It's just is what it is. Feel me? Okay. Oh, number 7. No. 7. Yeah. They are great listeners. It says, an empathic person listens to their gut feeling, aka inner voice. They always listen to their inner voice if they sense and feel something is clearly wrong. It says, I guess this is a quote from somebody. Often I predicted events before they occurred and had precognitive dreams. I don't know about the dream thing. That realm is a little fuzzy for me. I would like to be a lucid dreamer, though. That shit sounds dope. You can control your dreams and just do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, sign me up for that. Okay. They feel strongly about making sure people have what they need because they can feel how it is to be without. Yeah. Being able to understand how the other person feels when they're coming to you with their problems, right? I don't feel, maybe that goes hand in hand with being a great listener. No, I don't feel that goes hand in hand with being a great listener, but being able to understand, you know, on multiple fronts, you know, because people are going to come with you with this problem, but usually it's a problem associated with some type of emotion, right? This happened and I feel this way, right? So that's pretty standard. Okay. Let's do number 8, Peacemaker. Most empaths abhor conflict and disharmony. In the face of conflict, an empath will either completely avoid the situation or seek to resolve the conflict. Yes. Because who the fuck, who seeks conflict? I mean, no, I'm sure there are people who do, but that's not me. If there's an argument that has nothing to do with me, actually this happens a lot at work. I can give y'all specific examples. So at work recently, right? My job, I work at PetSmart. I'm one of the managers for the hotel. So I work with dogs and customers, mostly dogs and cats, right? But it's PetSmart. It's the whole store, right? So hotel is over here. That's our section. And then the core side with all the products and, you know, small animals, birds, fish, and all that kind of stuff is on the other side, right? So the people who work there, we are kind of separated in that sense, right? Now, recently there was like some store drama, which is when they start talking about it, it's just like, really? Like, this is so stupid. But anyway, there was some store drama with one of our assistant managers on the store side, not the hotel side. He basically brought in a few of his friends to work at the store, right? They all do their job, they do what they need to do, no issues there. But one of the other associates complained that he was maybe showing favoritism to his friends, right? Because even though the one who complained, she's also a manager, she's just not assistant manager, right? But the assistant manager, who I mentioned, he promoted his friend within 2 months. So she's a manager now. And I mean, that's happened before. You know, it ain't no big deal. Like I said, it really doesn't concern me. Like I don't have a problem with them. Like their energy is great. Like we chop it up from time to time. I wouldn't say that we're close, right? But they had beef because he was showing favoritism to her. And what had happened previously was there was another manager who works with his wife at the store. And basically he got demoted because he's married to her, because they're in a relationship. And apparently the district lead, whoever sees over the store, he found out about it, and homeboy had to be demoted because you can't be a manager and work with your spouse for whatever reason, right? So that happened, and apparently the manager who mentioned the favoritism thing to our district lead was ticked off about that because, you know, homeboy got demoted. But honestly, all of this conflict, all of this nonsense has nothing to do with the manager who I mentioned. For whatever reason, she was ticked off, even though she's not involved in it. They never came to her with no type of issue, no conflict, whatever. But now it's blown up into this thing where HR has gotten involved. People and the assistant manager and his friend who he promoted, they just got fired because of favoritism. And it has nothing to do with me. I'm hearing about this through the grapevine. Well, I'm hearing it. It's like, really? Did all this need to happen? Like, what benefit is there in all this conflict and all this drama? You feel me? And when my other coworkers discuss it, and they, it started this little gossip train, I'm just like, I literally put my hands up every time, and I'm just like, but it don't concern me. Like, I'm fine with gossip on its by itself, but when you over here, bad mouthing people, and it's to the point where it's like, You have this perspective, they have this perspective. Neither one of you is necessarily wrong, but it didn't have to blow up into this. You feel me? Like, people done lost their job now. Come on now. That ain't right. Over something like that? Ridiculous. But let's see. Which one was that? Was that 7? Okay. Let's wrap this up with 8, because some of these get a little bit redundant. Spiritual interest. So spiritual interest. Many empaths have a spiritual or metaphysical interest and may explore practices like meditation, energy healing, mindfulness, etc., etc. So, yes, that definitely describes me to a T. If y'all been watching me for a minute, you know that I was raised Christian. I stepped away from Christianity because of my sexuality, partly, but also just because I don't fuck with Christianity as a whole. Organized religion is, knowing the things I know now, it's all a scam to me. It just is. Now, I understand there are some straight people who watch this channel, and I understand that you might feel some type of way about how I feel about religion, and that's fine. But if you are straight and you watch these videos, you just gotta understand that because you're straight, you've never had to question all these things that religion says, you know, you should just do this. You should just be this way, right? You fit with the heteronormative society, the dominant society. You fit with all those values, so you don't have to question it. You can just live your life and, oh, this describes me perfectly. I can do that easily, right? For the rest of us, it's not like that, right? There's nothing wrong with the way I am. And, you know, because of my sexuality, I've questioned certain things, done research, I've gone to school, I've had college professors tell me this and this and this. I've had my eyes open to a lot more information, you feel me, than if I were to be straight and I didn't have to question anything. I don't have to look up this and this and this. Is this right? I don't have to, you know, I'm not just taking everything that I hear for fact because it, you know, is in line with what I already believe. You feel me? That's the case for a lot of people like me. You feel me? But yeah, I'm not religious anymore. I turned to spirituality because I still believe that we're all connected to something greater than ourselves. You feel me? Like, I've been getting into shrooms. I've started meditating, you know, probably like last year and a half ago. You feel me? And all of these things have really helped my mental. You feel me? Like, I'm very at peace with who I am completely. You feel me? And what I'm trying to do now is pay that forward. You feel me? I want to help other people find the peace that I have being myself. You got to be ashamed of who you are. Hey, bro. Hey, shut up. Yeah. It's just that simple. You feel me? I'm gonna leave it here for this one. Might come at y'all with a part 2. But like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think about this video. I do read all the comments. So, yeah. I'll catch y'all in the next one. All right.